have a lot to say about something that you were not prepared for. Had a lot of confidence in everything going into this game, and it hurts right now. I hurt for everybody involved. There's a lot of effort to even get to this point throughout the course of the season. So many people, but mostly, our players just being able to be resilient and deal with all the COVID stuff and everything else that's going on in the world, and for them to be able to focus and bring great energy and effort each and every day and continue to get better, to buy into the team concept. That's not always easy to do, and that's a special locker room. I love those guys. I love everything they bring. Like I said, I really hurt for those guys. Hurt for our fans, especially everybody that showed up today. You could feel the energy. But just got a resilient group just to be down like that and to be able to battle back, being down 28-10 and have multiple opportunities to go win a football game. I think that's rare. I think that speaks to the character of that locker room, just how tough-minded these guys are. When bad things happen, they don't blink. They stick together. There was no finger pointing going on. But this one does sting, and it's going to take a long time to get over this one.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll go to Ryan Wood. Ryan.
Hey, Matt, do you hear me okay?
Gotcha, Ryan.
What went into the decision to kick the field goal there on 4th and 8, and do you regret that in hindsight?
Yeah, anytime it doesn't work out, you always regret it, right? But it was just the circumstances of having 3 shots and coming away with no yards, and knowing that you not only need the touchdown, but you'd need the 2-point. So the way I was looking at it was we essentially had 4 timeouts with the 2-minute warning. And, we knew we needed to get a stop. And I thought we were going to have a stop there at the end, but, we got called for the PI. And it didn't work out. So I think anytime something doesn't work out, do you regret it? Sure. But we're always going to be process driven here. And the way our defense was battling, the way our defense was playing, we felt like it was the right decision to do. And it just didn't work out.
All right, we'll go to Pete Doherty next. Pete.
Hey, Matt, on that final touchdown at the end of the half, was that man or cover 3, and what happened there from what you saw?
Yeah, it was man coverage. Definitely not the right call for the situation. And you can't do stuff like that against a good football team and expect to win. So, I mean, really, when you look at it, there was 20 some odd plays, on both sides of the ball, plus all the special teams. There was a lot of plays in that game that could have been made that could change the outcome of the game. But the ones that really hurt us the most were that play, and then to come out the start of the second half, had the fumble, and they score to make it 28-10. I mean, that really was a big difference in the football game. You just can't do that stuff. And I blame us as coaches, for putting our guys in that situation. That's inexcusable. That should not have happened. So we gotta take a look at it and do some self-reflection and try to figure out ways how that can't happen again.
We'll go to Rob Domofsky next. Rob.
Hey, Matt, Aaron just finished up with us, and I mean, he sounded like a guy who had no idea whether he'll even be back here next year. Do you think you're going to get another chance with him to do this, and what's the future hold?
I sure as hell hope so. I mean, guy's the MVP of this league. He is the heart and soul of our football team. So, hell yeah, he better be back here. He's our leader. And, you know, just so appreciative of him buying into what we're trying to get done around here and leading that group. You know, his voice carries a lot of weight in that locker room. And just, you know, I feel for him to be in this situation and for us not to get it done. I mean, it hurts.
All right, we'll go to Tom Silverstein next. Tom.
Don't have you, Tom.
We'll go to Jason Woolley next. Jason.
Matt, can you hear me okay?
Got you, Jason.
Matt, you guys were so good. Red zone, gold zone, whatever you call it. You guys were awesome all year, and you probably lost today because you weren't good enough there. What was the difference?
You know, I just talked to Hackett about this right before we came in here, and I think a lot of times when we got down there, we did a really good job of running the football and having actions off of it. And then you look at it today, and I think we probably got a little too much drop back. And just, you know, they did a nice job. They came out with a little bit different plan than what we were anticipating, so you got to give them credit. But, you know, I put that on myself, just not calling the right plays, you know, the stuff that we did so well all season long and kind of got away from it. And really that second half, specifically the fourth quarter, just got out of our offense, and that's on me.
We'll give Tom Silverstein a try. Tom.
Hey, Matt, can you hear me?
Got you, Tom.
Okay, thanks. So if you had the 3 plays down there and you weren't nuts about the fact you didn't get in, what would have changed if you had gotten back down there? What would have made you feel better about a chance to get back down there again?
I don't know, Tom. I don't know. I got confidence in our guys, and I got confidence in our staff that we'd make the necessary adjustments to have success. And, you know, but that's a moot point because we didn't get the ball back. And so who knows?
All right, we'll go to Bill Huber next. Bill.
Hey, Matt, on the 3rd and goal at the end, Aaron said that you let him call the play. He said he might have called a different one if he would have known you guys were going to kick a field goal on 4th down. So is there a way to communicate that with him in that little time frame to say, hey, do what you want, but we're going to do X, Y, or Z on 4th down?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I called a play, and, you know, he was asking for another play, and, you know, I wish there was a 2-way to come back because I was trying to figure out what exactly he was asking for. And I felt like there was something that, you know, he wanted. I totally trust him. I mean, how could you not? This guy has been magnificent all season long, and, you know, it didn't work out. So hindsight's 20/20, and obviously we got to come up with a better way of communicating. If there's something in particular that he wants, then I can call it. But like I said, it just didn't work out, and we got to try to learn from it and move on.
Olivia Reiner's next. Olivia.
Hey, Matt, how surprised were you with the DPI call at the end of the game?
I was pretty surprised just based on how the game went. I mean, I felt like there was multiple plays throughout the course of the game that they were letting us play. Man, I haven't seen a replay, but from what I was told, there was a tug there, whether the ball was catchable or not. I mean, I think that always goes into it, but bottom line, the official made the call, and that's what it is. And we have to live with that. And there's no use about crying about it now or complaining about it now. What's done is done. All you got to do is you got to move on. And but they were letting both sides play all game. And, you know, there's a lot of things in that game that got me very, very upset that maybe they were right. I don't know. I got to go back and watch the tape.
All right, we'll go to Mark Daniels next. Mark?
Hey, Matt, you got me?
Gotcha, Mark.
Matt, what is it about their pressure that just made it very difficult for you now, two games?
Yeah, they do a nice job of disguising and holding stuff to the snap, and it's a good scheme, and they got good players, and you got to give them credit. Certainly, we didn't do enough offensively to counteract that, and we got to take a good, long, hard look at what we're doing offensively for that, because that is a team that I'm sure that down the road, if we're in a situation like this again, that we could potentially have to play. And I'm sure other people are going to look at that tape as well and try to figure out how to stop our offense, because our offense has been pretty dynamic all year long. And I felt like we had plenty of opportunities tonight to take advantage of and get the job done. And we didn't do it, and that falls on me. And, that's a tough pill to swallow when you're responsible for everybody in this organization to make sure that you're on your A game. And I don't feel like I was tonight. And I just pretty disappointed that let a lot of people down.
Go to Aaron Nagler next. Aaron?
Coach, you were talking earlier about how much trust you have in your quarterback. Did you have a little too much trust in him after those Jair interceptions? You have back-to-back picks, picking off Tom Brady in the NFC Championship game, and you throw 6 passes, and then you're punting twice.
Yeah, Aaron, that's a fair question. And, I don't think it has anything to do with the trust in our quarterback. I totally trust him. There's an echo. I think it has, you just got to go back and be critical of yourself in terms of what you're calling. And obviously, anytime it doesn't work out, it's pretty disappointing. So, all I know is this: what's done is done. We got to go back. We look at it, and we got to learn from it. And I'm talking about myself and be critical on myself. And, it's just really disappointing right now.
All right, we got time for a couple more. We'll go to Ryan Wood next. Ryan?
In terms of momentum changes in the game, the end of the half might be forgotten in this one, but how much did that kind of put things – it just changed the feel going into the locker room to give up the touchdown there?
That was a tough pill to swallow. We regrouped at halftime, and we talked about it and said, hey, man, like, we can't let this destroy the second half too. And then for us to come out in the second half and, have that play on third down and where we get a fumble, and it's just they go down and score on the first play. I mean, that's about as bad of a sequence as you could possibly have had in a critical game, obviously. I think a lot of teams may have folded the tents in that situation, but our guys, they were resilient, and I'm very, very proud of their effort, the way they battled back into that game and gave us an opportunity to win the football game. So I think a lot of other teams may have folded in that situation. Just can't say enough about the resiliency of our guys in that locker room.
All right, last question. We'll go to Tom Silverstein. Tom?
Hey, Matt, just one question about the 2nd and 8 play on the goal line there. It was Devontae Adams, and he was just out of the back of the end zone. Where does that play, in the way you draw it up, where does it usually go?